Hi there. Everyone's on vacation right now and they're having a good time, and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? What if we bought a recreational property? That would be great. We could come here every year, have family gatherings. And so I thought I'd dive into the finances of what that looks like. The first thing I'd be determining is it an investment property or is it a pleasure property? And there's a big difference, and sometimes in our mind to justify things, we'll link the two saying, hey, we buy this, we rent it out, it makes money, we get to use it, hey, it's great. But I really determine which one it's gonna be. If it's gonna be pleasure, cost out what it's gonna be for the pleasure. And if it's gonna be investment property, let's cost out what it's gonna be. And even with pleasure, I'll go over that too. So what costs are you gonna have? Well, you're gonna have property insurance, you're gonna have property taxes, you're gonna have maintenance. And are you gonna do the maintenance, or are you gonna hire somebody else out to do the maintenance? That's a good question. You're gonna have utilities to cover. So figure out what those are. I'm gonna say they're probably 3 to 4% a year. I'll use 4% for my examples. So you've got that. And then are you gonna have time to go there? And so I think everyone has this great vision of it's gonna be in the family for generations. We're gonna gather as a family there. It's gonna be a beacon to draw us there. I'm going to challenge you, probably won't be. People grow up, they move. I have having several discussions with clients of, we've got this family cottage, we all don't get along, we got to get rid of it, somebody wants to buy it, like what do we do? So it is nice. We've looked at buying a family cottage and it just wasn't right for us. But so keep that in mind. Like, are you actually going to use the time? Life is busy right now. And are you going to want to go there every year? So determine that. And then if you're using it for pleasure, let's just break that down is, okay, so what would it cost us to rent a place here for 2 weeks a year? So what is that cost going to be? And if we took the money we currently have, if we were to buy the property, if we invest that in a portfolio, could we have those costs covered? It is nice to own something because it's yours, but then you've got the upkeep on it as well. So just make that determination. So let's go jump back to investment property. So this is investment property. Determine when you're going to use it. Typically the times you want to use it, everyone else wants to use it, right? Like it's summer, like you want to use it, or you've bought something in Hawaii, well, it's winter, everyone else wants to use it. So just determine how much you're actually going to get from it. When are you going to use it? How are you going to take it out of the rental pool? What kind of loss is that going to be? What's the overall return going to be on it? And are you going to be able to do it? Are you going to manage the rental property? So if you're doing it yourself, there's extra work involved, budget for that. If you're going to be paying a property manager, figure out what the cost of that are. In each market's different, so I'm not going to put anything there. And let's look at the cost. Let's say it's $500,000, and there's two scenarios you want to look at: borrowing the money or taking it out of your investments. So if you're borrowing the money, what is that going to do to your cash flow? What is that going to do to your lending, your current lending? Maybe you have a mortgage on your house. And so these are questions I'd be going over with your account manager and looking at that. And then if you're taking it out of a portfolio, is it going to earn what it's in the portfolio? And let's assume that it's a property and it's going to appreciate at 5% a year. You've got a portfolio that's going to appreciate at 5% a year. It's like, well, I'd actually like to use the property versus just have it in my bank. Just keep in mind those costs. So $500,000, it's $20,000 a year in cost to own the thing. And you want to go through there. So I really just go through a calculation of, what are my costs going to be? How much am I going to actually use this thing? Could I rent something else out for the time period itself? And then maybe go in with somebody. I'm not saying partnerships are the way to go, but that way you're getting more use out of it, right? Like if it's going to be a pleasure and you kind of split it with somebody, that's 2 people to do the maintenance, that's 2 people to pay the property taxes, and so on. And so during the summer, you each get a month, and it can kind of work out quite nicely like that. If you want to discuss this a little bit more and see if it makes sense for you to have an investment property, a recreational property, or a pleasure recreational property, please reach out to me. I'd love to go over what that looks like, and I can give you advice I've given other clients that have gone through that. And if you're a client of mine, please share this with someone you would think would enjoy it. Have a great day.